The infrastructure and amenities in Tempest are better than Jamaica, I swear. They have better roads despite not having cars. They have proper entertainment facilities and even a coliseum.
No one escapes. Die. May the wrath of the gods pierce you.
Notice, 4,214 have died. Notice, checking the status to see if the number of human souls required for the evolution to Demon Lord has been attained. Verified. All conditions have been met. The Harvest Festival will begin momentarily.
Rimuru slaughtered thousands and used the souls collected to ascend to the status of Demon Lord. In Slime Season 3, we get to see the ramifications of that. As Rimuru ascends, so too does the nature of the problems he faces. He goes from surviving in a cave to huge political conflicts on international scales. The anime went from Battle Shonen to Legend of the Galactic Slime Heroes. Let's talk about that time a slime became a demon lord. The infrastructure and amenities in Tempest are better than Jamaica, I swear. They have better roads despite not having cars. They have proper entertainment facilities and even a coliseum. Season 3 of Tensura is split into 2 acts. The first sees Rimuru repelling an attack from the Western Holy Church and his greatest opponent, Hinata Sakaguchi. The second act sees him borrowing from Roman history and building a coliseum to entertain the masses and have a grand festival for the opening of his nation, the Rimuru Tempest Federation. At this point, the anime turns from being a battle shonen and literally turns into a city simulator, where Rimuru is faced with a barrage of socio-economic issues. First, he has to meet with all the inhabitants of his new lands. This is a 2 to 3 day process, with people traveling from all over to greet the new Demon Lord. Despite the interesting turn of events, the anime for me gets extremely boring at this point. Because of Rimuru's broken, overpowered status and his elimination of his last great threat, the Rimuru Tempest Federation is essentially safe from war, attack, and therefore any jeopardy associated with that. As a result, the anime is absolutely boring in the second act as they focus on preparing for the festival. It essentially becomes a slice of life anime like those high school ones, when they're getting ready for the school festival. You know the one, the usual. In preparing for the festival, they build a dungeon. But with Rimuru and his associates' godlike power, people who die in the dungeon are resurrected outside of it. There is yet again no jeopardy, and despite the concept of the dungeon being pretty cool, it isn't engaging to the audience. I do find it amusing that they lean into the whole Demon Lord trope, but it's not enough for me. Watching Tensura lately feels like playing an MMO with no new endgame content. You already beat all the challenges, nothing is difficult, your character is already maxed out in terms of level and equipment. This game is done really, and eventually you stop logging in and move on to something new. That's where I am with this anime. And I think I'm dropping it after this season despite the fact that they announced its continuation. To underline my point, the biggest issue in the second act of Tensura Season 3 was a liquidity crunch, which is a lack of short-term cash flow in a specific currency. Merchants at the festival wanted to be paid specifically in Dwarven gold coins, but Rimuru only had sufficient volume in other currencies. He just happened to be friends with the Dwarven King and the Elfen Queen, however, so this economic conflict wasn't even significant for Lord Rimuru. They solved this issue in just under 3 minutes of runtime during the episode. He is even economically and socially overpowered, so yeah, I'll definitely drop in this one. Thanks for watching today. Let me know what you think about season 3 of Slime in the comments. Like the video and check out the next one, which includes all the best moments from Tensura season 3.
Holy Cannon disperses magicules and instantly kills any monster it touches. It's one thing to evade it, but to reflect it back at us.
I asked you before we started whether you would choose submission or death. Was that your answer?